Today, the New York Mets, where did it go wrong? Now, the Mets and Padres are starting to show some signs of life, but their starts have been stunning. In today's case, the #1 payroll of all time. I know they've won 4 in a row, but they're also 6 under 500 and 18 games behind the Braves. Did you expect that? You did not. I'm not saying I have all the answers. I'm not saying I'm smarter than the people putting the club together, but I am saying the Edwin Díaz contract extension is where it started to go wrong. Let's do some digging in. The Mets were very aggressive this past offseason. I was with them on a lot of their moves, bringing back Brandon Nimmo, even at a high cost, bringing in Justin Verlander, even at an advanced age, letting Jacob deGrom walk at his price point and low reliability. But here are the words that set me off as like an alarm the day it happened. Record-breaking contract for a relief pitcher. Let someone else do that. Relievers are too volatile. They're also fungible. It's not easy, but there are all sorts of ways to fill your pen with hard throwers. The Mets signed Edwin Díaz to a 5-year deal, free agent deal, worth $102 million. He was coming off a great year, but I didn't love it. I'm not just saying it now. Here's what I said at the time, MLB Now, back in November. Díaz just got $20 million for the full 5. It is the most volatile position in baseball. Díaz had 17 blown saves in 3 years from 2019 to 2021, and that's including a shortened season. Díaz is on top right now. This comes at a time when some of the greatest relief pitchers of all time have had rapid descents. 2 great full seasons in the last 5. Those 2 seasons are very rare. I get that. But if you're buying his production going forward, go in with some wider vision. Who am I looking at on this market? And if I can't get that, well, there's scarcity. Let me get Díaz. I think I'd rather mix and match. Where are you, Bo?
If I'm the Mets, I got my guy. If I'm going into this championship window and I have uncertainty at the back end of the game, those are the most demoralizing losses for any ball club.
This is that really rich guy who buys a luxury car who doesn't worry about the gas mileage. Let's not worry about the gas mileage here on Díaz.
That's a pretty good line by Tom there. Tom Verducci, Bo Porter there. I like mixing and matching, but this was a very popular free agent deal. Díaz was absolutely coming off a great year. But you need to be acutely aware of the volatility of the position and the volatility within Díaz's own career. Now, I know what you're saying. Come on, BK. He got hurt in the WBC. He's not volatile. It was a freak injury. He was celebrating, of all things. Yeah, that's inexplicable hard luck. But it's not the money. It's never the money. The danger in these free agent deals, especially this one, isn't the salary cost, it's the opportunity cost. When you make a signing like this, you back away from other opportunities. Opportunity cost. Imagine if the Mets had lost out on Díaz. They would have been scrambling through the free agent market. They would have signed or traded for 3 other relievers to cover that production. And they would have spread the risk out. Instead, the money and the attention goes to one player. And that one player hurt himself. And did so just before the season when it was tough to go shopping for an alternative. Was it hard luck? Yes, of course it was hard luck. Did they also put their eggs into one basket? Yes, they did. With the #1 closer seemingly in their bullpen, the Mets did not prioritize their bullpen. Here are the leaders in money spent on relief pitching. The most money, total dollars. The Padres, for example, they spend $53 million on their bullpen. That's 21.5% of their payroll. The Astros, jump down to them, over $41 million on their bullpen alone, nearly 22% on relievers. The Braves, $39 million on their bullpen, nearly 20% on their relievers alone. The Mets, with their enormous payroll, 37 seems like a lot. It's 10%, just below 11% on their bullpen. 11% compared to 26, 25, 21. Is there 25? 26.5. The Mets bullpen is ranked 23rd in the majors right now. 23rd out of 30 teams. Again, when you spend the big money on the big guy, you naturally become less transactional. They're now trying to make up for it. This week, they worked a complicated deal just to get league average reliever from Seattle, Trevor Gott. Gott has a good strikeout rate, but he has an ERA of 4. He's league average. Yet the Mets picked up Chris Flexen and his salary just to get Gott into their bullpen and then cut Flexen loose. That's how rough it's been. The thought came to me while putting together the essay on the Reds, which I did yesterday, where things went right. The Reds, with very few big contracts or big-time players, got very transactional. They had flexibility. They keep working trades and small signings. When you sign big-time stars, you become less transactional. Players get locked in. You're invested. And you stop turning over rocks to find more players. There's lots of blame to go around for the Mets' problems. Obviously, the starting rotation could have taken the pressure and the workload off of the bullpen, but it did not. Their offense, which was a number 3 offense in baseball just a year ago, could have covered for them, but it did not. So the bullpen was exposed. Not the bullpen's fault, not all, but it was the last line, and it has faltered. Yet the loss of Diaz, was a fluke accident, but that investment into one player was not.